In 2025, Shopify sellers are still missing out on the quickest and easiest way to boost sales volume. With rising ad costs and more competition every day, you need a secret weapon that can bump your sales by 15% in a matter of minutes. In this video, I'm going to show you my favorite post-purchase upsell app, as well as some common upsell strategies you can use in your store right now. Let's jump in. Post-purchase upsells, meaning offers you make to your customer after they complete their initial purchase, are one of the most powerful ways to increase your average order value and get your customers just spending more money with each order. And these types of upsells have been around for a number of years, but they have gotten easier and easier for you to implement as a Shopify seller. So first of all, let's take a look at what's typical and what's possible when it comes to post-purchase upsells. On average, Shopify sellers are seeing about a 15% rise in their monthly revenue when they implement post-purchase upsells. Now, some stores are seeing even bigger numbers, near 20, 25% and more when you implement post-purchase upsells, but we're just gonna look at the average, which is about 15% growth when you start implementing these strategies. If you take a look here, I'm doing simple math, which I probably shouldn't be doing on video, but I'm gonna do it anyways, because we're just gonna use very simple numbers. If you're currently doing 1,000 orders in your Shopify store at $40 per order, this is gonna bring you about $6,000 in extra revenue every month. If you're at 500 orders using the same math, about $3,000 of extra revenue. And if you're just doing 100 orders at $40 per order, you're still gonna be bringing in an extra $600 per month in revenue just by implementing post-purchase upsells. Now, I want you to hold on to these numbers because we're gonna come back to them later in the video. But next, let's jump into how to implement some of these upsell strategies. The upsell app that I've been using for a number of years and that I always recommend to my students and followers is called Reconvert Upsell app and bundles. So let's take a look at a few of the features that are included with this app. This app focuses on upsells that happen after the purchase, called one-click upsells. So essentially making an offer after your customer has made their initial purchase. But with this app, you can also add upsells to the thank you page and the order status page, giving you a ton of different options to make additional offers to your customers. Reconvert has also recently added checkout upsells, meaning you can add special upsell offers on the initial checkout page, but I do want to let you know that this feature is currently only available for Shopify Plus merchants. Once you've added Reconvert to your Shopify store, there's a simple 3 to 5 minute setup, and then you're going to be taken to this page right here, and this is the dashboard of Reconvert. Reconvert has set the app up in a very simple way, so everything is easy to find, and I want to walk you through a few of those things right now, the primary things you're going to want to pay attention to. First of all, your dashboard here. Now, I've got this installed on a test store, so you're not seeing any data in here, but on your dashboard, you're going to see some of your analytics, how much revenue's been generated by the app, how many upsells have been accepted, and you're also going to see some additional analytics right here on the dashboard. If you are a Shopify Plus store, you're going to have this checkout button right here, and that's where you're going to actually edit the upsells that you might want to offer on the actual checkout page. Now remember, if you're not a Shopify Plus merchant, you won't have access to that feature. The other button along the left side that you might want to pay attention to is the settings button. And when you click that, you're going to have a number of settings to customize what Reconvert can do in your store and how it handles different scenarios. Before we go any further, I want to tell you the pricing of Reconvert and how you can save 10% on your monthly subscription to this powerful app. The way Reconvert does their pricing is a tiered pricing structure based on how many orders you generate every month. So for instance, if you generate 49 orders per month, you'll pay $4.99 to use Reconvert, plus 0.75% of your upsell revenue. And I'll explain that more in a moment. Now, as we scale this up, you can see how the price changes. So if you're doing 500 to 1,000 orders per month, you're gonna pay $29.99 per month plus 0.75% of your upsell revenue. If we go up to 1,000 orders per month, we're going to be at $49.99 per month plus 0.75% of the upsell revenue. And one thing that's really cool is as your store grows, that percentage of upsell revenue does not increase. So it's always 0.75%. To illustrate how affordable Reconvert is, I'm going to do more math and I'm probably going to regret it, but let's do the math. So if you are doing 1,000 orders per month and you're doing about $40 per order, that's going to be about $40,000 per month. Now, if you're generating 15% of additional revenue from Reconvert, that's going to give you about $6,000 in upsell revenue. So to calculate how much you would pay, we need to get 0.75% of that revenue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do times 0.0075, and that's going to give me about $45. So even at $40,000 in revenue per month, you're only going to be paying Reconvert less than $100 per month. You're going to be paying about $49.99 plus an additional $45, which is about 0.75% of the upsell revenue. So if you're doing 500 orders per month and generating $3,000 in additional revenue from Reconvert, you're only going to be giving about $52.50 from that $3,000 to Reconvert. In my opinion, Reconvert is extremely affordable for the power it has and the way it can help you increase sales with minimal effort. And if you're ready to install Reconvert into your Shopify store, I also have a very special offer for you. You can use my link over at shirtschool.com/reconvert and you'll automatically save 10% off of your monthly plan, making the offer for Reconvert even better. When you click the link down in the description or go over to shirtschool.com/reconvert, you'll be taken to the Shopify App Store page and you'll just need to hit the install button right here. Now, I just want to let you know that when you use my link, it will automatically give you that 10% off each month when it bills you. So don't be alarmed if you don't see that percentage off right away, because when you're billed each month, it will take 10% off. I'll leave the link to sign up down in the description of this video. But with that out of the way, the primary place you're going to be able to edit your upsells is in the Flow Builder. So right here on the dashboard, we have a big button right here that just says Flow Builder. When we click on that, we're going to be taken here inside the Flow Builder. Now, I love this Flow Builder because it makes it really easy to set up some really effective upsells. And I'm going to walk you through a couple of those strategies in just a few minutes after I take you through basic operation of the Flow Builder. Along the left side here, we have options for checkout, post-purchase first, post-purchase second, thank you page, and order status page. Now, the way that these work is post-purchase first is going to be the first upsell offer that the customer would see after completing their initial purchase. Now, whether they choose to accept or decline that offer, you can then make them an additional offer, which would be the post-purchase second offer, meaning you can offer multiple post-purchase one-click upsells using these two options. Then below that, you're going to have options to offer upsells on the thank you page, which is after they've completed the entire order, and also the order status page whenever they're checking the status of their order after they've completed the purchase. Maybe they want to check out shipping or just what's happening with their order. You can make offers on that page as well. Now, I've got the post-purchase first selected because this is probably where you're going to want to start when you're setting up your first post-purchase upsell offer. Next to that, you're going to see conditions. This is where you're going to be able to specify what products and offers you want to show based on what the customer actually does or what they buy in your store. Now, one of the great features about Reconvert is they have a default condition set up. Now, this is going to be kind of a fallback if you have somebody purchase something, make an order that doesn't meet any other conditions, they're going to fall into the default condition. That default is very helpful because if you don't want to have to set up really anything or make any specific conditions, you can just rely on the default condition to make a general upsell offer for you in your store. Next to the conditions, we have our slots, and we're going to want to click on the add widgets to actually add a little widget to that section. Now, what we have here is where we can actually customize what the upsell looks like for that first post-purchase upsell, and we can also specify things like what product is shown, how much the percentage off is if we want to make a discount offer. That's where we do that, is right there in that middle section under the slots. We're mainly going to focus on setting up some upsells for this post-purchase first offer. But remember that if you set up a second thank you page or an order status page upsell offer, these are typically going to work the same way. The first thing we want to do is click on add condition so we can set up some specific parameters to tell Reconvert what kind of offers to show. Over on the right, we can set up our condition. So right here, we have the condition name and then we have the specific condition. So if we click on that, we're given a number of options, and you can already start to see that you can get very, very creative and very specific with what offers to show and how to set those up and how to trigger those offers. So right here we have specific product. You see a number of other things. We also have cart order value. We have discount code, meaning that if your customer buys a certain product, they'll be shown this upsell offer. Or if they have a certain amount of value in their cart, they'll be shown this offer. If they use a specific discount code, they'll be shown this offer. So this is just telling it what's going to trigger the actual upsell offer. So what are some different common scenarios that you might want to set up using these triggers? Well, the first thing is if you have a best seller in your store, a best selling product, and you want to offer a complimentary product that maybe has that same design. We're actually going to set that up in this video, but this is kind of the low-hanging fruit. If you have a design or a product that is a hot seller, you should offer a complimentary product. And if you're in the print-on-demand apparel space, offer a complimentary product with that same design. And that's kind of the easiest upsell. If somebody wanted a t-shirt with a specific design, they would likely want a hat with that same design, or a different type of clothing like a hoodie, or maybe even a mug with that same design. So this is kind of the easiest offer to set up, especially if you're in t-shirts, apparel, or maybe print on demand. If you're selling something like supplements or even gadgets or some kind of other type of product, you might also want to just try upselling another one of the same product. This is also a really easy strategy and generally works pretty well. You can also use the specific product condition to add a number of products into this condition and make a specific offer based on if they bought a certain category of products. So for instance, if they bought any t-shirt in your store, then you could offer this upsell based on that. Another common strategy that's used here in the conditions is based off the cart or order value condition. And how you might want to use this is if you have a customer that maybe is spending a higher dollar amount and you want to offer them a higher value product. So if you have customers that spend $80, $100 in their cart, you could set a condition here that says if the customer spends $75 in their cart, I want to offer them a specific product. And many times those high value customers, you might want to offer them higher priced items because they may be willing to spend more because they are spending more in your store in their initial cart. So for this example, let's set up a condition for specific product. So we'll click on that. Then we have this operator option. It says at least one product in the cart or every product in the cart, meaning either all products in their cart have to match this condition or just one has to match this condition. We'll keep it on at least one product in the cart. And then under operator 2, we have is from the list or is not from the list. We'll stick with is from the list. We'll click on search for products and we can add products to this condition. So as you can see here, if you wanted to add a group of products such as, all of the t-shirts, you could just select those here and that would add all of the t-shirts to this specific condition or trigger. For this example, I'm going to use my OK Dad t-shirt and we're going to assume, just for this example, that this is the best seller in my store. It's one of my hottest selling items and it's sweeping the nation with tons of sales right now. So we're gonna click on the OK Dad t-shirt, we're gonna check that and then just click on done. So when we click save, we have now set up a condition and we'll actually rename this. Let's do OK Dad t-shirt. So now we have set up a condition, or you might call it a trigger, meaning that when somebody adds the OK Dad t-shirt to their cart, I want to show them this offer, and now we need to set up the offer. To do that, I'm gonna click on the Add Widgets right here under this middle section, the Slots section. I'm gonna click on Add Widgets. That's gonna take me over here to this editor page where I can completely customize the actual offer that I want to make. Now, if I click over on the left on Product, I'm gonna be given a number of options. I'm gonna have all these different things here that I can drag up and down and customize as I want, just like you would see in the typical Shopify editor. It works very similarly, which is super helpful because you're probably already familiar with the Shopify page editor. But if I just click on the top, on this product button right here, over here on the right, I have some different options. The first option here is the product to display. So there's a couple things I can do here. So in this specific example, our customer has added the OK Dad t-shirt to their cart, and they've actually clicked complete the purchase, complete the sale. They've already entered their credit card information, and they are now on to the first post-purchase upsell. Now I can show a product based off of Shopify recommendations, meaning I can just let Shopify show any product, or I can pick a specific product. Now I also have some other options here, but I'm gonna stick with that option right there, specific product. So I'm gonna click on that, and then I'm gonna click select featured product. Now what I wanna do in this example is, because they're buying an OK Dad t-shirt, I want to now offer them an OK Dad hat. So I'm gonna scroll down here and click on OK Dad hat. So it has the same design on it, and you're gonna see that pop up right here now in the middle here. So now my customer would see an offer for the OK Dad hat when they purchase the OK Dad t-shirt. The next thing that I wanna do over here on the left is I wanna click on price and discounts. We're gonna click on that, and we can actually set the percentage off right down here in the right. So if I wanna offer 25% off on this offer, I can just enter that in right there. So now you can see, after my customers purchase the OK Dad t-shirt, I've made them a offer for the matching hat, and they can get 25% off of that, and they can either accept that offer or decline that offer. Whether they accept or decline, I can do a bunch of things after that, but this is our initial offer, and this is what you would want to set up first, is just making an offer right after their initial purchase. I have a ton of options here to customize really everything on this page. I can even do things like adding an additional widget and selecting text, and then I can move this up to the top if I wanted to add like a headline here. So I could click on this text, and over on the right, I could say something like, wait, save 25% on the matching hat, like that. And then I could blow that up, put it in the middle. And just like that, I've created a headline at the top, which could help me convert more upsells. I'll click on the save button, and just like that, I have an active post-purchase upsell for one of my best-selling products. So now when anybody buys that OK Dad t-shirt, they're immediately going to see a one-click offer for the matching hat. And inside Reconvert now, I can see the stats on this upsell offer. Once some data comes through, it will show me how well this offer is actually converting, and I can tweak and change that as I go to make it more effective. I've only scratched the surface in this video on everything Reconvert can do for your Shopify store, but I hope you'll head over to shirtschool.com/reconvert and install the app for yourself, and you'll also save 10% with that link. So go check it out, and let's start seeing those sales skyrocket. And if you want to watch another video on my channel, just click here.